welcome to another edition of Old Ducks Nuggets, a Bryan's heating and air conditioning podcast where we get on here and we talk about common questions that the homeowner might have about their heating and air conditioning. My name is Brooklyn and I am here with Bryan Nacarado, the owner and president of Bryan's Heating and Air Conditioning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Brooklyn. How are you?
Doing well.
Alrighty. Well, what's on your mind today?
Alright, well, you know obviously, but we have a tin shop in the back of our building. We can build things out of sheet metal if need be. So I want to know what the difference is between building steel duct, flex duct, and duct board.
Okay, good question. So all of those are used to convey air, the duct system in a heating and air conditioning system. And some of them have some advantages, and some of them have some pitfalls in certain areas. And one of the things, we do have a very extensive sheet metal shop, and we can fabricate about anything that we need. However, in most cases, it may be more cost effective for us. If it's a standard size duct, it's more cost effective for us to buy it from one of our suppliers, local suppliers. But we do fabricate what we need in certain instances. So when we go out and we're doing a project and we've got to get this size duct down to this size duct and we've got to offset it and swing it over and so forth, we can actually go out and build those fittings, all geared towards maintaining good airflow, good air velocity within that ductwork. So with steel duct, we have a smooth surface on the inside of it, and works well for air to move through that. One of the pitfalls with flexible duct is that the inside of it has rings in it, and those rings create resistance or drag on the airflow. Now, I'm not saying flex duct is bad. Flex duct can be used to get you out of a pinch, as long as it's kept to a short length. Typically you don't have any problems with it. But we see jobs all the time where someone has extremely long runs of flex ducts, say through the attic, and in those cases they suffer with airflow. And so it's just a matter of not being able to get the air from point A to point B efficiently because of the drag on the flex duct. And then you had also mentioned ductboard, and we've used ductboard on projects as well. Now, although it's not as smooth on the inside as what metal ductwork is, it is fairly smooth, but it is fiberglass. And there are times where over the years, if you have an elbow perhaps with ductboard, that the air will actually kind of eat out that fiberglass a little bit.
No way.
And so, again, not saying there's anything bad about it, it's just we prefer to use metal duct. And so we do a lot of duct systems where we're replacing ductwork, say, in an attic or in a crawl space. And we're going to go in there and install metal ductwork for people. A lot of our competitors may be using flex duct. Well, it's cheaper and it's faster to install. One of the big things is what will it look like in 15 years? And having flex duct in a crawl space, it has to be supported because over time it'll start to sag. And so again, with the metal duct, as long as it's put in right, it's going to be there for a long time, and it will hold up to the test of time as well.
Okay, so what about when it comes to a new construction home and a builder's building out this house? Why would they elect to use flex duct over regular duct?
Cost. And that, again, we run into that quite a bit as well too. When doing new homes, we do our very best to keep the flex duct to a minimum. Nowadays with floor trusses, everyone expects that the ductwork and the plumbing and the electrical can all be crammed up into the floor trusses, and sometimes it gets a little tight. And so there may be instances where I may need to use a piece of flex to snake through here this short distance, and then we'll go back to using metal pipe. That's our choice. We prefer to use very little flex duct on any type of installation project, whether it be construction or replacement, remodel, whatever the case is.
Okay, so then duct board, this fiberglass thingy, Is there really any good uses for it?
It is very easy to work with, and it's fast to work with as well. The nice thing with ductboard is you can actually cut your fittings on the job site, and you don't have to come back to the sheet metal shop to build a fitting with the ductboard. So again, I'm not saying it's a bad product to use. We've done actually some big projects. I've actually done some big commercial jobs where the architect had spec'd to use ductboard on it. And so again, one of the issues you run into is the durability side. Now, if it's supported well and it's up above the grid ceiling in a commercial building, it'll be there for a long time. But in some cases, it might not be a good application for it. One thing that if it were in a crawl space and you had mice in the crawl space, they like to chew through it. So just little things to consider.
Right.
It's pretty hard for a mouse to crawl through metal or chew through metal ductwork.
Yeah.
Hey, Brooklyn, before we get out of here, I got a quick joke to tell you.
Okay.
There was this wealthy couple one time went to a fancy hotel. The lady decided she wanted to take a bath in milk. And so her husband called down to the desk and he said, my wife would like to have a milk bath. And the guy at the desk said, well, great. He said, do you want that pasteurized? He goes, no, just past your butt will do. Hey, we appreciate you folks listening in with us today. Until next time, Old Knack out.